When Sir John Kirwan speaks about the direction of the New Zealand national rugby union team, people tend to listen. A Rugby World Cup winner in 1987 and one of the most recognizable figures in New Zealand rugby history, Kirwan understands both the pressure and the privilege that comes with representing the black jersey. Following the appointment of Dave Rennie as the new All Blacks head coach, Kirwan has offered a clear and confident assessment. Rennie will restore a distinctly New Zealand style to the national team. It is a bold claim, but one rooted in deep knowledge of how the All Blacks have traditionally defined themselves and how some believe that identity drifted in recent seasons. A defining appointment for New Zealand rugby. After weeks of speculation, New Zealand rugby confirmed that Rennie would replace Scott Robertson, who departed the role in mid-January. The selection process ultimately came down to a two-horse race between Rennie and Jamie Joseph. Joseph, widely respected for his achievements in Japan and Super Rugby, was viewed by many as the frontrunner. Yet for the third time in his career, he was overlooked for the top job. Instead, NZ Rugby opted for Rennie's experience, particularly his time coaching at Tier 1 international level with Australia, as well as his extensive club resume. Kirwan, speaking on the Rivals podcast, suggested that experience under pressure may have tipped the scales. "I'm a big Jamie Joseph fan and friend," Kirwan explained. "But I think probably what pipped it at the end was Dave's experience. Coaching a first-tier squad, going through adversity, understanding that pressure probably pipped it. In elite international rugby, where scrutiny is relentless and results are dissected weekly, experience navigating crisis situations can be invaluable." Rennie's tenure with the Wallabies, though ultimately cut short, exposed him to exactly that environment. The Tony Brown factor. One of the more intriguing elements in the coaching race was the shadow influence of Tony Brown. Brown has long been regarded as one of the most innovative attacking minds in world rugby. His partnership with Jamie Joseph in Japan produced impressive results and a dynamic brand of rugby. Many observers viewed them as a package deal. However, Brown is currently committed to South Africa under Rassie Erasmus, and that commitment may have been decisive. Kirwan did not mince words. "I will probably blame South Africa," he joked. Without Brownie involved, a lot of people saw Jamie and Brownie as a coaching pair, and a very strong one. Once Rassie decided not to release him, it probably changed that in Dave's favor. Coaching partnerships matter. History shows that the most successful eras often feature strong head coach, assistant combinations. Graham Henry with Steve Hansen and Wayne Smith. Hansen with Ian Foster. Erasmus with Jacques Nienaber. Joseph without Brown may have appeared less complete in NZ Rugby's assessment. Rennie, by contrast, has built multiple high-performing staff groups throughout his career and demonstrated adaptability across different environments. From the Chiefs to Glasgow Warriors to Australia and Japan, the short-term mandate Rennie's contract runs only until the conclusion of the 2027 Rugby World Cup in Australia. That limited time frame underscores the urgency of his mission, that he inherits an all-black side that finished second in the world rugby rankings under Robertson, but was still perceived to be trailing the Springboks in key areas. While results were solid on paper, performances occasionally lacked fluency and consistency, something critics were quick to highlight. Kirwan believes Rennie's philosophical approach will address that concern at restoring a New Zealand style. The interesting thing about Dave Rennie is he comes from a little bit of a different philosophy about how he wants to play, Kirwan said. That philosophy, according to Kirwan, aligns closely with traditional All Blacks principles: heads-up rugby, adaptability, and instinctive decision-making. New Zealand's rugby heritage is built on players reading what is in front of them rather than rigidly adhering to scripted patterns. While modern analytics and structured systems have transformed the game, the All Blacks' greatest sides combined organization with spontaneity. Kirwan believes Rennie understands that balance. He's a heads-up, play what's in front of you coach, Kirwan explained. He sees that as a New Zealand style. That does not mean abandoning structure. Rennie is known for demanding high standards at the breakdown and prioritizing forward dominance, particularly in defensive ruck situations. His Chiefs teams were tactically sharp, but also physically uncompromising. He will want tough forward packs that are dominating, especially defensive rucks, Kirwan added. He will want hard players that are really on the edge. He will bring a bit of edge. That edge may prove essential. The Springboks have built their recent success on physicality, defensive intensity, and territorial pressure. France combine power with flair. Ireland execute with ruthless precision. To reclaim supremacy, New Zealand must rediscover both identity and bite, avoiding trend-chasing. Perhaps Kirwan's most revealing comment centered on authenticity. What the average New Zealander wants is a game that we can identify with, he said. It's really important that when we're watching, we feel we're playing a style of game. We're not following trends like kicking it 60 times or copying someone else's highball strategy. This touches on a broader debate within global rugby. In recent years, tactical kicking volumes have increased dramatically. Territory-first strategies have often trumped expansive attacking play. While pragmatic adaptation is necessary, Kirwan warns against imitation for imitation's sake. The All Blacks' legacy was built on innovation, not replication. Rennie's challenge will be to integrate modern tactical realities while preserving the instinctive, skill-based rugby that resonates with New Zealand supporters. That leadership and cultural balance beyond tactics. There is the question of culture. Rennie becomes the first All Blacks head coach of Pacifica heritage. That milestone carries symbolic importance in a country where Pacific communities are deeply embedded in rugby's talent pipeline. His ability to unify diverse personalities and create clarity around roles will be critical in a condensed World Cup cycle. Kirwan also praised the respectful manner in which the coaching decision unfolded, noting that Rennie and Joseph spoke following the appointment. It was just a nice way they went about it, he said. The process has been very thorough. Such professionalism helps preserve harmony within a relatively small rugby ecosystem. Immediate challenges ahead. Rennie does not have the luxury of a slow rebuild. The international calendar is demanding, and the rivalry with South Africa remains intense. The All Blacks must refine their attacking identity, solidify forward dominance, and ensure depth across key positions, all within a short time frame. Selection autonomy, overseas player eligibility, and coaching staff appointments remain pivotal questions. But philosophically, Kirwan appears reassured. In his view, Rennie offers a blend of pragmatism and authenticity, a coach who understands modern rugby pressures yet remains committed to the instinctive, adaptable style that defined New Zealand's golden eras, a return to identity. Ultimately, Kirwan's endorsement rests on belief in alignment between coach, players, and supporters. Rennie's approach promises physical edge, breakdown intensity, and intelligent, heads-up rugby. If he can deliver that while maintaining results against the world's best, the All Blacks may re-establish not just competitiveness, but recognizable identity. The 2027 Rugby World Cup looms as the ultimate measuring stick. Between now and then, Rennie's task is clear. Win matches, sharpen standards, and ensure that when New Zealanders watch their team play, they see something unmistakably their own. If Kirwan's prediction proves accurate, the All Blacks will not merely compete. They will do so on their own terms.